Owen, have you been crying on your porch? Also, can I be verified as copyright strike hypocrite bear? Dude, you guys are so silly, man. Like they were invading these people that keep saying I'm a hypocrite for giving someone a copyright strike.
Tell him, Owen. Tell him how you are not demonstrating hypocrisy when you are shutting down people and their ability to make content because you, quote, don't like them. You know, the free speech activist, shutting people down because he doesn't like what they have to say. As seen on Louder with Crowder. You know, the red-pilled guy. Before we get into finishing that video, I wanted to give you all a jumping off point. This is what dragged me into this situation, and I think most of you might find what he has to say, I don't know, a bit in contrast with his belief of free speech. But you decide for yourself.
You're a good guy. Accusing him of what you already did to him, channel takedown. Oh, you're not a good guy. Well, now you're gone. Thanks for the $10, dipshit. His videos get 1,000 views. My videos get $1,000 a video. Like, we're so not even in the same ballpark. No one's allowed to talk shit about me unless I make money on it. That's the deal. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that...
Oh, you don't believe in free speech? That's what you just said. That somebody shouldn't be able to talk trash about you unless they're giving you money. That's not how free speech works, Owen, but let's hear what his friend Faith Goldie has to say about free speech. You know Faith Goldie? The person who was removed from a free speech panel because of her associations with, I think it was the Daily Stormer.
All right, Owen, do we lose Owen?
And as far as nighttime radio goes, and as far as nighttime radio, they were just mirroring. Like, I don't care. People can do hit pieces on me. There's like a whole documentary on me that's just all like, it actually sends people my way because the people who hate me are usually sodomites. As long as
I can relate.
Yeah, as long as I can get a piece of it. Like, my thing is, you can talk as much trash about me as you want, as long as I get a cut of the ad rev, or don't just mirror my streams because it's annoying.
Well, I don't think that people now. I feel like we're like those big billboard artists. We're like, you don't understand how much of an issue it is when people steal artistry. But it's like, no, actually, guys, like we're all like, it's hard to make money on YouTube, to be honest.
Owen Benjamin did not give Faith Goldie the entire story here, because the video that he took down was compliant with fair use. Sure, there was Owen Benjamin material featured in the video, but it was compliant with fair use in that there was transformative commentary throughout the video. This didn't stop Owen from shutting the video down, though, and then telling everybody it was a mirror. It was not a mirror. That was somebody's content criticizing Owen Benjamin. And Owen Benjamin, you know, the guy with 147 IQ, doesn't quite understand how the rest of us might see that as the big guy squashing the voice of the little guy. So let's go back to the clip I played a second ago where he brags about filing a copyright claim, a false one, mind you, against Nightwave.
That's why I think it's that dumb. It's like, these people make videos about me that get 1,000 views. And they're like, we're gonna sue you because you won't let us mirror your live streams for views and money.
Again, he claims it's a mirror, and again, he's lying. You can see in the email here that it isn't a mirror. It is not an archive of his material. It is unique, fair use compliant material, content, whatever you want to call it. But whatever it actually is, it is protected by fair use, no matter how much it hurts Owen Wilson's feelings. Owen Benjamin, excuse me, I keep making that mistake. I don't think I'm ever going to correct myself in the future.
It's like, buddy, no, unless I get a piece. I would work out a deal. You can literally sit around and talk shit about me all day long if I get half.
Owen Benjamin is a bit of a divisive figure, to say the least. In most cases, when somebody demonstrates levels of hypocrisy like this, the internet unites under the banner of calling them out. But with somebody like Owen Benjamin, this is not the case. I've received hundreds of messages in the past day from both sides, those that say things like, don't punch right, and this guy's a truth teller. You should leave him alone. More than that, I have found evidence of his dogmatic fanbase, calling themselves the Unbearables, by the way, harassing an underage teen off the internet over a single misunderstood comment in chat. You've already seen how he reacts to a comment he does not like. Running ops on the Chan boards to promote Owen's streams, and many other things that would turn this video into a 2-hour-long spiral into the dark unknown. I would like to keep it somewhat brief for now and just address what happened over the past few days, but in the future I would like to consider making a much longer and comprehensive look at what has happened in the past year to Owen Benjamin and his channel.
I mean, now I'm tempted to try and take down their whole operation. But I don't even want to engage in that. You look in the abyss will look back, and I'll just let them pitter away like the mold spores they are. It's just, Owen sounds like the EU right now. Okay, well, you're banned. You're not even a real person.
Oh, that's right, I forgot I should mention. Owen Benjamin streams like every day. You can go find him on his channel, and you can pay $5, and you get to talk in the chat to the Great One, the Dionysus of comedy. Move over, Bo Burnham. Move over, Weird Al. Owen Benjamin's in town, and he's here to save the West. Talking about the moon landing nonstop. But what I found most interesting is if you pay $5 so that you can chat to this guy in his live streams, he will ban you for the most banal comments, for the most tedious comments. Anything that he perceives critical of him or anything that he likes, banned immediately. And hey, that's his channel. I'm not entirely opposed to people running their chat the way that they like. But then he went the next level. Then he decided that people talking about him, people criticizing him, they need to pay him money if they're going to be talking about this guy on YouTube, a platform he doesn't own, mind you. And his defense for this is, well, it's like a dinner party I have every right to not invite you. You don't own YouTube though, man. You don't own the entirety of entertainment in the world, and you don't get to tell somebody that they can't talk about you unless you pay them money, or they pay you money. That is, what is it? It's soft extortion is what it is. But don't try telling any of his fans that, because his fans believe what he says. He believes, and they believe, that anybody who donates $10 in Super Chat must be a George Soros-funded bot. You'll notice that he called that guy not a real person, the one he just banned, because he literally believes anyone who criticizes him is paid by Soros to troll him. That's how important he thinks he is.
Yeah, you're banned, even though you paid money to be banned. That's the thing, is I think that this dude who's the Nightwave radio guy, I think he might be a trust fund kid. I don't even know what he looks like.
You know, say what you want about David Koresh, but at least David Koresh wouldn't take your money and tell you to go F off. He'd at least let you in his compound, not that you would want to be there.
I've never heard him talk, I've never seen what he looks like, but they have money to spend, and they don't make money. They make no money on that channel. I've looked at the numbers. It's pathetic. I mean, I could make $1,000 in one stream, and I feel that just makes no sense. And every time they do that, it's like, who's funding you? Who's funding you guys? It's either that guy's a trust fund kid, or it's like a Soros caliphate situation. Someone's funding him.
The person he's talking about that apparently has unlimited funds. I mean, maybe he has a job. Owen, you might have heard about a job before. I'm not sure if you've ever worked a real one. One that doesn't involve you playing your piano in front of a group of like 12 people. But people have 9 to 5s. People get careers. And Mersh spent $5 to become a member in the chat, and then spent $5 in a super chat. So $10 must be Soros. That's some big money, eh, Owen? Oh, but you make thousands of dollars a stream, but you think $10 is so much that it must be provided by a provocateur or somebody like George Soros? You realize how far-fetched that is, right? It's not just me.
Because think about how many super chats are sent to me like, is Owen Benjamin ready to admit he copyright striked? Whoosh. Or whatever the fuck his name is, Merch. The guy's name's Merch. His name is Merch. And so it's like, who's funding you guys? Because I could count up hundreds of dollars that they've spent on trolling me.
Isn't Owen Benjamin a member of the tribe? Don't they say, don't throw stones in glass houses? Something like that anyway, right? Today it was $10. Remember, $10. Owen Benjamin thinks it's entirely implausible for anybody to spend $10 to get a reaction out of somebody. That's insane. Who would ever do something like that? How long have you been on the internet, Owen? And you think it's implausible that somebody would spend a little bit of money, a little bit of pocket change, just to mess with somebody, just to see how they would react? Really? So some of you might wonder how I got roped into this. Porsalin and Nightwave have been talking about this for a while, just because it's entertaining, watching this guy become more unhinged over time. But I got roped into this because of the unethical and false flagging that was done on Nightwave. And it grinds my gears when you have people like Owen Benjamin that talk about how much money they make, how influential they are, how they could crush you and it wouldn't even cost them anything. And then they do it and then pretend that they're still the fucking good guy. No, Owen, you need to embrace the fact that this makes you a really shitty person and a hypocrite. No matter what way you cut it, no matter how many ways you try to cut it, you're the bad guy in this situation. Which is why he keeps bringing up this story he made up about supposedly someone trying to poison his kid. He says, oh, they tried to come after my kid. He doxed a bunch of people on air and told his very dogmatic audience that these are the people who are targeting my family. They sent me poisoned gummies. That literally never happened. At one point, somebody sent him, we'll just say, adult-shaped gummies. And when he opened them up on stream, he said, oh, this is kind of funny. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And he eventually gave it to a friend of his who ate it and had no problems. But at one point, he decided or created or something happened to where those gummies were actually poisoned. And the person who sent them to him was trying to get him to feed it to his kid. Well, as I mentioned, they were shaped for adults, if you can pick up what I'm putting down. And so, for the person who sent them to have expected Owen Benjamin to feed it to his kid, you would have to then think that the person who sent that would have thought Owen Benjamin would be the type of person that would serve that to his child, which is very implausible, at best. So even if he actually believes that, there has been no attempt to tell him how ridiculous he is thinking and how outrageous and far-fetched that really is. A little bit later in the live stream, I saw my name in chat, despite me not chatting at all. I'm not a member of his channel, wouldn't want to be. But they had this to say. Zoe Bear writes, Wild Smile is the channel to go after. They're affiliated with Night Stalker Radio. I talked to Mersh one time. A friend of the channel asked me if I wanted to have him on, and I said, you know what, yeah, bring him on if he wants to come on so he can give his side of things. I would be more than willing to hear Owen Benjamin out, and he can even come on my show and talk about it. Not that he would, of course. He's one of those people that values himself far greater than society does. He's a poster child for Dunning-Kruger. But more than that, he's the type of person that will never admit that he's wrong unless he seeks to benefit a little bit later down the line. For the record, I know that this video isn't going to go well. It's probably not going to do me good in the long term of things. A lot of people are likely to see this as an attack on Owen Benjamin or an attempt to capitalize on his name and or controversy. I've never been that guy on YouTube. I make videos about the things I like, I stream about what I like, and I talk about the things I like. Money, as nice as it is, isn't a motivating factor. When I see somebody like Owen Benjamin, a person who's been on TV, on movies, on Crowder, on Rubin, claiming that free speech advocate title, and then later on, the first time some guy says a bunch of stuff you don't like about you, you have to throw all of that away just so you don't have to see those mean things about you again. I don't respect that. I can understand somebody being in a moment of weakness. Hell, even if you were to come out with a mundane Matt defense, I'd nod and say, I hope you've learned from your mistakes. Water under the fridge. Be well in your purpose. Just admit you're wrong. Admit what you did was wrong, and admit that you understand what you did was wrong. Silencing somebody that cannot speak for themselves. It's wrong no matter who does it. If it's Twitter, if it's Facebook, or if it's some YouTube comedian shutting down videos that make fun of him. And it's very frustrating to me because I like Owen Benjamin. Out of everybody, out of the Ben Shapiro, Crowder, Rubin group, I feel that he's the most genuine out of all of them. But dude needs a little bit of guidance right now, and he's enough of an arrogant guy to refuse any help that anybody ever gives him. On top of that, he's got a dogmatic audience that never questions a thing he says, and if they do, they get banned immediately, so that further incentivizes the rest of his audience to remain quiet, even if they disagree with what he's doing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video there. I wanted to keep this brief, but I see we're right around 15 minutes. So in the future, I might do a more comprehensive video on the subject. If I have time, we'll see how it works out. But for now, here it is, your moment of clarity.